Big brands don't sell products, they sell you stories. Hi everyone, this is Prathamesh Pisal in front of you, and in today's video I want to talk about storytelling. Now storytelling is one of the important skill out there that I feel everyone should learn, because in 2024 if you look around yourself, everyone is selling you stories something of other. If you're looking at brands, they're selling you stories so that you will get that aspirational value for their products. If you're going for the interview and if you don't sell that story, if you don't sell that skill that you have to that recruiter, you won't be able to get job. And because of that, I feel storytelling is one of the invaluable skill in 2024 that every 20 years old should learn. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing you one of the interesting concepts about storytelling with which you can actually improve your own storytelling skills. So if that sounds interesting, make sure that you watch till the end, hit that like button and subscribe to this channel, and let's get into the video. Now if I'm being honest with you guys, we all are so bad at storytelling. Why we are bad at storytelling? Because we don't have stories to tell. Why do we don't have stories to tell? Because we lack the clarity. You know guys, we all live those interesting incidents in our lives. All those interesting plots, climax, all those unexpected moments that come to our life and we just tackle it with our Indian jugado mind. Now all those interesting incidents are worthwhile to tell someone. It might be motivate or inspire someone to do something. But just because we don't know which story where to tell, we are so bad at storytelling. Now humans are emotional animals. Now if you want to connect with someone, you have to tell story. And if you can zoom out and see all around the world, storytelling are driving the whole world together. Now before we are learning about storytelling, we have to understand this concept of pareidolia. Now pareidolia is the human ability to recognize the pattern and create the images in our heads. I mean guys, you know, sometimes we look up to the sky and say that, okay, these groups of clouds looks like a rabbits, or these groups of clouds looks like a turtle. So that is what pareidolia is. Now human brain needs a patterns to understand and relate with the things. And pareidolia is one of the proof that you should use stories in your talks, then only people can relate to us. Now here we have two things to understand. What is good story and how you can change people's perspective by story. Now let's talk about what is good story. Now the main essence of a good story is basically the change. Now it could be anything. It could be character, it could be emotion, it could be life, it could be behavior, it could be knowledge. Now of course there is a two types of change. One is positive and another one is a negative. Now positive is change basically how someone was broke to get a multi-millionaire. So it's a positive change, right? Now there is a negative change as well. What is the story of someone's failure? Or let's say the horror movie stories. These are the negative change that happened in that story which makes it more engaging. Now it depends on you which change you want. It's a positive or negative. So accordingly you can pivot your stories. But change has to be there to make people understand your story. Now let's talk about those practical steps with which you can actually improve your own storytelling skills. Now one who is a good storyteller, he knows how to provoke the emotions of people. Now if you want to know how to provoke the emotions of people, you should know how to play with their hormonal changes that happen in their body. Now there is a two types of hormonal changes will happen. Two types of group of hormones are there. So there is a group of 3 hormones which actually help us to feel good about ourselves. So what are those? Number 1 is dopamine. Now this particular hormone is known for the pleasure. So whenever we do something that get us pleasure, this hormone is get released in our blood system. The second one is oxytocin. Now oxytocin is known for getting that deeper connection with another human. So whenever we feel deep connection, empathy about the other person, that time this particular hormone is already get released in our body. The third one is endorphin. Now this hormone is just known for the laughing system of ours. Now whenever we laugh loudly, this hormone is get released in our blood. So this is the group of hormones which we call as an angel cocktail. Now there is another cocktail which you don't want to get released in your audience mind, is called as a devil cocktail. Now devil cocktail is basically group of 2 hormones named as cortisol and adrenaline. Now cortisol is released when we feel anxious, when we are in a fly or fight mode. That time this hormone is get released in our body. The second one is adrenaline. Now this is the hormone which is responsible for the anger that we get on anyone, right? So whenever we feel angry, this hormone is released in our blood system. So why do I told you about the devil cocktail? Because you should know what not to do so that you will be more clear about what to do. Now what to do with these 2 cocktails? Remember in the beginning of a video, I told you that why we don't have stories, because we lack the clarity. Now we will unfog all the things and we'll get more clear about the stories that we have to tell. Okay, now what you have to do, grab your pen and diary and started writing down all the characteristics of each hormone. Now you have to go on flashback and start remembering those incidents which has the characteristics of this particular hormone. So let's say in the past, something that happened with you which I can feel empathy about. So you can pick that incident and put that in a column of oxytocin, which actually help us to feel empathy about people. So whenever you want to provoke the empathy emotion from your audience, you can use this story and you can take that connection from your audience. And that is how you have to categorize all the series of incidents that happened in your past and put all the incidents into these hormonal changes that happens in a human mind. Now, whenever you want to provoke any kind of emotion from all of this, you can provoke it by just telling the story of that. Now you have got a bunch of stories that you can use anytime to provoke the emotion and become the good storyteller and connect with your audience. And that is how you actually change the perspectives of people, by just telling the stories. And tell them those stories as you already lived them. That is all from me today, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you learned something new from this video about storytelling. If you does, just do let me know in the comment section what was your learning. Do follow me on my socials at Prathamesh Pisal 2315. I will catch you, all of you guys, in the next one. This is Prathamesh Pisal signing off.